Hey everyone! Today we're going to do 6 tips to speed up your process in Procreate. Let's get into it. The first one is all about your line width. There's a very simple way to do this. You just scroll down to make your line thinner, scroll up to make your line thicker. Now, I want to speed this process up for y'all. If you actually go to where you scroll to make your line thick and thin, and go ahead and bring it to an area you would like, you tap on it, tap on this plus, and you've now created a marker. Then you can do a smaller one, tap on the plus, create another marker, and last but not least, a larger one. Tap on the plus, make another marker. This is very helpful because now you can just click through those specific sizes you commonly use, and you don't have to constantly adjust it between like 7%, 8%. This has been very helpful for me, and I think it could help you guys out a lot. And let's say you make a mistake, very simple, you just click on the markers again and tap the minus sign. The next tip I want to talk about is creating shapes. For this example, I'm going to create a circle. You're going to create your circle. You're going to hold the pin on there and it'll create a perfect oval shape. And then you're going to press with your finger and it'll create a perfect circle. Now, once you've created this shape, there'll be a little toggle thing at the top of the menu that will show you like keep editing, and then you can adjust further. It'll give you little selection areas to pinch and pull your shape. Little bonus tip in here, you can click the selection tool and click flip canvas. This is very helpful for checking the symmetry of your drawing. But that's not why I'm flipping the canvas. I noticed my symmetry was a little off, so a tool I commonly reach for is the liquify tool. If you go to your tools menu, go to the very bottom and click liquify. There's all sorts of options within this, but I commonly use the push option. And this is where I will actually push my sketch to get it in a proper place. Because sometimes you do a whole sketch, you flip it and you're like, wow, the eye is just slightly off. I really don't want to redraw that whole eye. So the liquify tool just allows me to push that eye over just slightly so it looks more symmetrical. Tip number, I think this is 5, maybe 4. Tip number 4 is all about clipping masks. I'm going to create a flat color layer right now, which I have a whole nother video about, so if you're interested, go watch on my channel there. But we'll go ahead and create a layer where it's just a flat color. And now I want to add some shading, but I don't want it to be permanent. So we're going to create a clipping mask. You're going to go to your layers menu. You'll create a new layer. With this layer, you're going to tap and a little menu will pop up on the side and you'll hit clipping mask. This layer needs to be above your flat layer color in order for this to work. Once you do this, any color that you lay on top of this flat layer color will not go outside of the lines of that layer. This is super helpful for when you're shading or if you're adding, a lot of color to an area, but you want it to stay within like either the line art or the flat color layer. So for example, when I'm shading, see, I can just go kind of crazy and shade all over. I don't have to worry about staying inside the lines. And it's so helpful. It speeds up the process so much, and it keeps like your outside layer super clean. The clipping mask is wonderful because it's not permanent. You can actually toggle the process you've done on and off, and if you don't like it, you can delete it. Tip number 5 is utilizing alpha lock. What you'll want to do there is click on your flat layer, tap on it, pull up that little side menu, and click alpha lock. What this is going to do is it's going to add color without going outside of the lines on whatever layer you have chosen. A reason I commonly use this is I want to recolor my line art, and I will actually alpha log my line art and recolor it in with a different color. This is way more permanent than a clipping mask, so I would suggest doing something that you are confident that you're going to like. You can always go back, but the alpha lock is more permanent to that layer. The last tip for this video is all about the hue and saturation toggle menu. To find that, you'll go to your adjustments tool menu, click on hue and saturation, and from here you can adjust the brightness, saturation, and hue of whatever layer you are on. This is really helpful for when you're trying to choose your colors for your piece. Sometimes you go in with a color palette that you like, but it just isn't working, so it's really helpful to view this in live action and seeing if your colors are complementary. You can also use this to change the color of your line art, which is very helpful as well. All right, everyone, you made it through. Those were the 6 tips plus 1 bonus tip that really helped me speed up my process when I'm drawing in Procreate. If you have any questions, of course, comment below, and I would love a like and subscribe. It would be amazing. Thank you for watching. Bye.